Hey everyone, my name's Asia. Today I'm going to be doing a first impression review of the new Wet n Wild PHOTOFOCUS foundation. It claims, let's see what it says on the bottle, claims that it was tested under 7 light conditions: clear blue sunlit sky, outdoors, indoors, PM, electronic flash, fluorescent light, bathroom light, and nightclub light. It says it delivers a virtually flawless and buildable coverage every time. Precision match color with matte second skin finish. Soft focus properties help perfect the appearance of skin. It's what I'm wearing right now. I do like that the bottle tells you the undertone. So I got 2 shades. I got soft beige and golden beige. And both on the bottle state that it's a medium warm undertone. They did have cool, neutral, and warm. So I like that it tells you the undertone. I am wearing the soft beige. In the viewfinder it looks okay, like it looks like a good match, but in person it is a little bit too light. So if I wear this foundation again, I would mix a little bit of the golden beige into it to get a darker foundation. I have combo oily skin, acne prone, I have blemishes right now, hyperpigmentation, scarring, pregnancy mask, all kinds of stuff. I prefer a full coverage. So if you want to see how this foundation goes on and wears throughout the day, you're in the right place. Stay tuned. As always, I'm going to be doing half my face in my Tarte Kabuki foundation brush. It's just a flat top foundation brush, and the other half in the Beauty Blender. So I'm going to go ahead and just start with the soft beige. It has like a spatula built in, which is nice. If you are using this for professional makeup, you could keep this very sanitary. It's just me, so I'm going to put it right on my face. Oh, and I did prime my face already with my Dr. Brandt Pores No More. It is a oil control mattifying primer.
That window's crazy, oh my gosh. There's an oak tree right outside my back window, right behind me, and I get so nervous every time.
So this is described as a light medium shade, and I think this is going to be, I didn't mix in any of the dark, and I think this is going to be the one I use. The golden beige is a lot darker than I thought. If I like this foundation, I might use that as a contour, maybe. We'll see. I don't even think I get that dark in the summer. And with one layer, I'd say I got about a medium coverage, more of like a natural finish medium. You can still see all of my hyperpigmentation and freckles and everything, sun damage spots peeking through. It's kind of a little patchy right around here. Sorry about that. They keep barking at the wind. It's really loud. I don't blame them. Alright, I'm going to go in with my brush. I'm going to zoom in real quick so you guys can see. So I'd say with one layer it gave more of a natural finish, a natural cover level. I think the brush side it covered a little bit better, but it also looks, I don't know. With one layer I'm not really liking this foundation very much, to be honest with you. I don't like, it's really powdery looking. I don't know how to explain it. I'm going to do one more layer. I am going to use my Beauty Blender to try to build it up, because I think if I go back over it with my brush, it's just going to lift right off my face. It's very tacky, and it doesn't seem to really be adhering to my skin very well. So I'm going to use my Beauty Blender, but I'm going to pounce it on the back of my hand and then go in with it on my face. Try to build up around where I have the hyperpigmentation and freckling and scarring. It's really patchy around my pores. I feel like it's buildable. I personally like a little bit fuller of a coverage, but I'm not going to do more than 2 layers because I don't want it to look cakey. I'm going to go in with more on this other side and build that up. It's already like pretty creasy in my fine lines and wrinkles. And around my smile lines, around my mouth, it's already creasing, so I'm definitely going to need to set this. Before I do, I'm going to take a real quick picture with flash because this foundation claims to not give photo flashback. So before I use any other products on my face, I just want to see if it's going to do that. Okay, so I will insert the picture that I took with flash. I don't feel like it's definitely lighter than the rest of me. I don't feel that's flashback. I think that's more just picking up on the fact the flash hit your face first, so it's gonna be lighter there, but it doesn't look like white, like it's like there's any flashback. I'm gonna go finish the rest of my makeup and I'll be right back. Bam, done. Okay, blush, bronzer, highlight, everything went on. I did set it with a little bit of my e.l.f. HD powder. I didn't want to use anything too heavy, and that's a really light powder, because it was extremely tacky even after about 15 minutes. I will zoom in to show you guys. Far away, it looks really nice. Like even looking in my mirror from this far away, it looks nice. But if I get any closer, my pores look awful. There is so much texture on my face. It's awful. It looks so like crepey, and just every fine line is super enhanced. So this is about as close as I can get with my lens. Hopefully you guys can see that. It's really textured around my pores. So far, I'm not like impressed or unimpressed. It's just, I'm just kind of indifferent to it. We'll see how it wears throughout the day. I'm so sorry, I totally forgot to put a start time. So my foundation was on, it was like a little after 12, so I'm just gonna call it 12. I think it was like 12:06 or something. But I just remembered, so I thought I'd pop back on real quick and tell you guys that. I'll be back. Okay, so this is my first check-in. It is 5:04. I have mixed feelings about this foundation. In person, it looks good if I'm far away. But when I look up close, the texture on my skin is just so noticeable. It is settling into my fine lines and wrinkles like everywhere. I don't think I would set it with a powder, maybe just blot it throughout the day. There is a Wet n Wild Photo Focus or Photo Finish, whatever, powder that they came out with, and that has good reviews, so maybe if you use the two together, it would be better. When I first put it on, it was very tacky, so I set it with a powder, but I feel like as soon as I did that, it made it way too matte. And I love a matte foundation, but it was that just like powdery, chalky matte. I don't know. I'll be back to check in at the end of the night. Okay, final check-in. It is 7:33 right now, so the foundation's been on for 7.5 hours. I'm pretty shiny. It's not nearly as bad. If you watch my Total Cover, L'Oreal Total Cover foundation review, at the end of that one, you'll see like a big difference. I was really greasy in that one. So pros for this foundation, it held up really well on my oily skin as far as helping control oil. And it does claim to be a matte foundation, which I completely agree with. I don't personally love this matte finish. Matte finishes normally are my favorite. But this one is a very like powdery consistency when it dries. Not consistency, powdery look when it dries. And it's very tacky, so I ended up setting it with a light powder, which you already know. And that made it even more matte, which I really didn't like. But my biggest complaint about this foundation is the texture issues, which were from right off the bat very noticeable. They haven't gotten worse, they haven't gotten better, they've stayed the same. If you have dry skin, with how it like just clinged on and accentuated every flaw and pore on my face, I don't see that being a good option for people with dry skin. I could be wrong, but I don't know. I'll zoom in a second and show you guys. I'm gonna take a Kleenex and just separate it and blot. I feel like if I were to touch my face that it would just slide right off my face, but I don't look too oily for the 7.5 hour mark considering how oily my skin gets. But let's go ahead and dab it and see how much comes off and how it looks after you touch up. So that is just right from the crease of my nose. It did lift a lot of the foundation off. Just touching that up completely removed all the foundation around my nose. And it completely lifted it all the way off my chin. So blotting, definitely it looks It looks a lot better, I mean, as far as the shine, but it did completely remove it from around my nose. I don't know. Let me know what you guys think if you have tried this. I'm really curious if the powder that comes with it makes a big improvement or not. Again, I feel like for the price, it does have a really nice coverage level. It is buildable, which it claims to be. Flashback, you guys seen in the picture, I don't think there was any flashback. I just feel like that's just lighting showing the brightness on the face, not flashback. There were no weird like casts or anything like that. If I were to wear it again, I wouldn't set it with a powder unless it was to test out their powder that goes with this foundation. But I think seeing how matte it got, it was just too much. I wouldn't strongly recommend this foundation if you were on a budget and you wanted a good option and you didn't have a lot of texture issues or dry patches or anything like that. Then I think yes. For me, I wouldn't repurchase this again. I will continue to use it, to play with it and mix it in other foundations, but I wouldn't repurchase. Hopefully this review helped you guys. I know it's a very indifferent review, but I just didn't love it from the get-go, so it's kind of hard for me to love it now. I don't hate it, but it's definitely not the best I've ever tried. Sorry. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please remember to give this video a thumbs up. It means so much to me, and subscribe. Thank you.